Welcome back, everyone. I am Isabella, your guide. Today, we're going to explore the profound topic of emotional voids and patterns of behavior. We'll delve into where these feelings come from, both psychologically and spiritually, and how you can start to recognize and shift these patterns in your own life. My hope is to help you understand that what you're experiencing is not only common, but also something you can work through to achieve a sense of wholeness and fulfillment. Recognizing emotional voids and patterns. First, let's define what we mean by emotional voids. These are feelings of emptiness, loneliness, or unfulfillment that can persist despite our external circumstances. You might feel like there's something missing in your life, even if you can't pinpoint exactly what it is. Alongside these voids, we often develop patterns of behavior as coping mechanisms. These patterns might include seeking validation from others, overcompensating by being overly helpful, or even self-sabotaging when things start to go well. Psychological origins. Emotional voids often have their roots in our childhood experiences. For many of us, the way we were treated by our parents or caregivers plays a significant role. For example, if you grew up in a household where emotional support was lacking, you might have learned to suppress your feelings or to take on adult responsibilities prematurely. This can lead to a pattern of always putting others first while neglecting your own needs. Imagine a child who had to be the little adult because their parent was absent or overwhelmed. This child might grow up feeling that their worth is tied to their ability to care for others, never having learned how to express their own needs. Take Leo, for example. Leo is a paramedic who has always felt the need to be the rock for everyone around him. Growing up, his mother was often emotionally distant, leaving Leo to step into the role of caretaker for his younger siblings. As an adult, Leo continues this pattern, always being there for his friends and colleagues, but feeling utterly drained and unappreciated. He finds himself withdrawing into solitude and engaging in hobbies obsessively to distract himself from his emotional pain, recognizing that he never learned how to deal with his emotions in a healthy way. Spiritual perspectives. From a spiritual standpoint, our souls may carry over unresolved issues from past lives. Alternatively, we might be on a journey to learn specific lessons in this lifetime. For instance, you might feel a sense of abandonment or unworthiness that seems to transcend your current life experiences. This could be your soul's way of guiding you to heal these deep-seated wounds. Understanding this can help you see your struggles as part of a larger, more meaningful journey. Consider Sarah, who always felt a deep-seated fear of abandonment. Despite having supportive friends, she constantly worried they would leave her. Through spiritual exploration, Sarah discovered a past life where she was abandoned by her family. This revelation helped her understand the root of her fear, allowing her to work on healing it. Common patterns in relationships. One area where these voids and patterns often manifest is in our relationships. You might find yourself in codependent relationships, constantly seeking validation or attracting partners who need fixing. For example, a person who grew up feeling neglected might be drawn to partners who are emotionally unavailable, unconsciously trying to fix the past by winning their love. This can create a cycle of unfulfillment and reinforce the feeling that you're not good enough. Let's look at Lisa's story. Lisa grew up with a very strict and emotionally distant mother. She always felt she had to prove her worth by being perfect. As an adult, Lisa finds herself in relationships with partners who are emotionally unavailable. She tries to fix them, hoping that if she can make them love her, it will fill the void left by her mother's lack of affection. However, this pattern only leaves her feeling more empty and unworthy. Gender differences in coping. Men and women often cope with emotional voids and patterns differently, influenced by psychological, spiritual, and historical contexts. Traditionally, men have been socialized to suppress their emotions, which can lead to isolation and unhealthy coping mechanisms such as substance abuse or overworking. Women, on the other hand, may be more likely to seek connection and validation through relationships, sometimes leading to codependency or neglecting their own needs. Historically, men have been expected to be the strong ones, often leading them to bottle up their emotions. This can result in a lack of emotional expression and difficulty in forming deep, supportive relationships. Women have often been conditioned to prioritize others' needs over their own, leading to patterns of overgiving and self-sacrifice. Spiritually, these differences can be seen as part of the lessons each gender may need to learn. Men might be on a journey to reconnect with their emotional selves and learn vulnerability, while women might need to focus on self-worth and setting boundaries. Male perspective. Leo, for instance, started coping by engaging in solitary hobbies and avoiding social interactions. However, he soon realized that this only deepened his sense of isolation. With guidance, he began exploring healthier coping mechanisms. He joined a support group which provided a safe space to share his feelings and experiences. Leo also started practicing mindfulness techniques, such as meditation and deep breathing exercises, to help manage his stress and stay present. Over time, he learned to set boundaries with those who drained his energy and focused on building a balanced life. Sarah, on the other hand, initially coped by becoming overly involved in her friends' lives, trying to ensure they wouldn't leave her. This behavior was exhausting and unfulfilling. Through therapy, she learned to set healthy boundaries and focus on her self-worth. She also engaged in creative outlets like painting and writing, which allowed her to express herself and find joy independently. Sarah joined a women's support group that provided a sense of community and shared experiences, which helped her feel less alone in her journey. So, how do we begin to cope with and heal these patterns? Here are some practical steps. Self-awareness. Start by journaling about your feelings and experiences. What triggers your emotional voids? What patterns do you notice in your behavior? Setting boundaries. Learn to say no and prioritize your own well-being. This can be challenging, especially if you're used to putting others first, but it's crucial for your healing. Seeking support. Therapy, support groups, or spiritual guidance can provide you with the tools and support you need to navigate your journey. Mindfulness practices, techniques like deep breathing, yoga, or Reiki can help you stay grounded and present, reducing anxiety and helping you connect with your inner self. Finally, it's essential to practice self-compassion. Understand that it's okay to feel the way you do. Your feelings are valid and your journey is unique. Remind yourself that you're not alone. Many people experience similar struggles. Embrace your journey as a process of growth and self-discovery. With time and effort, you can shift these patterns and move towards a more fulfilling life. To summarize, recognizing emotional voids and understanding their origins, both psychological and spiritual, is the first step towards healing. By becoming aware of your patterns, setting healthy boundaries, seeking support, and practicing mindfulness and self-compassion, you can begin to fill these voids and create a sense of wholeness in your life. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and there is always hope for healing and transformation. Thank you for joining me today. Please like, share, and follow. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, The Soul's Journey Back Home, Reiki by Isabella. Together, we can work towards a brighter, more fulfilling future. Until next time, stay curious, keep growing, and may you find peace and fulfillment on your journey.